Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Wealthwise. If you're here for the first time, kindly please press the subscribe button and press the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you whenever I upload any video. If you've already subscribed, thank you and welcome back. Now, in today's video, I would like us to talk about, or I would like to take you through guarantee. If you are a member of a SACCO, more often than not, we join SACCO so that you are able to acquire loans or you're able to get loans from SACCOs. And like you may be aware, for you to get loans from a SACCO, you will need to be guaranteed. But do we really understand the terms or the nitty-gritties of this guarantee? At the same time, you may have received an SMS from these mobile lending loans or these mobile sharks telling you that you guaranteed someone simply because they have your number in their contact list. So what is a guarantee? How does the guarantee work? Have you ever guaranteed someone a loan? What are your rights as a guarantor? What are your risks as a guarantor? Stay tuned, and at the end of this video, you'll have a very crispy, clear understanding on what it takes to guarantee someone, to be guaranteed, what your rights are, and what risk you are, or what it means to guarantee someone. My name is Belin. Press the subscribe button. A guarantee is a commitment by a third party to pay a liability on behalf of the borrower. If you are a member of a SACCO, or if you are a member of a chama, and then someone else wants to borrow, and the person approaches you to guarantee their borrowing, if you sign that guarantee document, what you are saying is you are telling the SACCO or you are telling the bank that you are very sure the borrower, your friend, let me use names for explanation purposes, yeah? You have a friend called David, whom you are a member of the SACCO with. David wants to borrow from XYZ SACCO, and you are a member of this SACCO. So David brings his form to you to sign. And then you go ahead and sign that form so that David can get his loan from the SACCO. What you are doing by signing that form, that guarantee form, you are telling the SACCO that, SACCO, I am sure that David is going to pay you, but in the event that David does not pay you the money you have given him, together with the interest, I, Belin, will pay you that money, 100%. Okay? If David has not paid you, come to me. I will pay you all the money that David will owe you. Okay? So do not sign a guarantee form if you do not understand what you are doing. Essentially, you are borrowing from the SACCO even though the SACCO is not giving you money, quote unquote. By signing that guarantee, you are entering into a contract with the SACCO that you will pay that SACCO all the monies that David will owe the SACCO. Okay? So right from the moment David defaults in payment, you are liable to pay that money. The SACCO can demand the whole of it or the amounts in arrears. You are liable to service that loan that you guaranteed. And you cannot refuse. If you refuse, the lender or the SACCO can attach your assets. The lender or the SACCO can declare you bankrupt. So you can sell your assets and it recovers all its money that it had lent to David. So before you sign a guarantee form for anyone, always make sure that you know the person's credibility. You are sure that the person you are signing the guarantee form has a repayment capability and is credit worthy. Credit worthy in the sense that he's not, sio mtu wa kuchukua loan na toroke nayo. Not the kind of a person who will go borrowing and then deliberately refuse to make payments. Do not guarantee loan amounts, any loan or loan amounts that you'll not be able to or you'll not be willing to pay. If you can not lend me 100,000, even if you had it sitting idle in your account, then do not sign for me a guarantee form. Because when I default, you will be expected to pay on my behalf. And in essence, by extension, that means that you are lending me money. So if you don't feel comfortable lending me money, do not sign a guarantee form for me. All right? What are the types of guarantees that we have? We have corporate guarantees. What's a corporate guarantee? A corporate guarantee is when a company, I have a company called Berlin Limited, and one of the directors or an associated company wants to borrow. If that guarantee is executed by the company, that is called a corporate guarantee. We have directors' guarantee. A director's guarantee, directors will sign the guarantee form in their personal capacity as directors of that company. Remember, the company, in as much as it's a legal entity, it does not have the powers to transact on its own. So there would have to be a natural human being or a natural person conducting business on behalf of this company or making decisions on behalf of the company. This is the directors. So now when the company goes to borrow from any financial institution, more often than not, that financial institution will request the directors of this company to sign a guarantee to guarantee the company's borrowing. So if you are a director of a company by not by ownership but by employment, I sought an employment and I am a director of this other company, and that company wants to borrow, you can refuse to offer your guarantee, because even when you leave employment in that company and you move over to greener pastures, or even the company terminates your tenure, you will still remain liable for the loan that you guaranteed the company, even when you stop being a director of the company. For as long as you signed a personal guarantee, you will still remain liable for that borrowing. So like I said, do not sign any guarantee document for any borrowing if you are not comfortable paying that loan in the event of default. In the event that the principal debtor defaults in payments. If you had signed a guarantee document, if you had guaranteed a borrowing, is it possible for you to get out of that guarantee or for you to extinguish your guarantee or to redeem your guarantee? Yes, it's possible. There are certain occurrences or there are certain events where your guarantee can be extinguished or can expire. Number one, if whoever borrowed that debt fully pays the loan or fully pays the debt. If the borrower pays the debt, then it by default exempts you or absolves you from the guarantee. Once the debt has been fully paid, then your guarantee is now extinguished. So if that person goes to borrow again, now you will not be liable for that other borrowing for as long as the debt that you borrowed has been paid fully, then you do not owe any guarantee anymore. You can also extinguish your guarantee by writing to the lender. When you write to the lender and you tell them you'd like to withdraw your guarantee, the lender would have to accept that request. If the lender accepts the request, then your guarantee has been extinguished. You're not a guarantor anymore. However, if the lender declines the request or gives you a conditional acceptance, you'll have to perform the conditions which you have been given so that you can be exempted from that guarantee. Your guarantee can also be extinguished if the lender and the borrower, or even just the lender itself, agrees or decides to vary the terms of the borrowing which you had guaranteed. For instance, you guaranteed David a loan of 1 million, which he was to pay over a period of 12 months, and then David is unable to pay. David goes back to the SACCO and tells the SACCO, let me pay this loan within a period of 48 months. If the SACCO agrees to vary that tenor from 12 months to 48 months without your consent as a guarantor, then you are not liable for this new contract. Okay? So if there's a material variation in the terms of payment, then you are not liable. However, if the variation is the SACCO has varied the interest rates, because most lenders reserve rights to vary interest rates, yeah? If the SACCO has varied the interest rates and it was captured in the letter, in the initial terms of contract that the rates can be varied, then your guarantee will still be enforceable. Your guarantee still stands. You still guarantee that facility. You can request to replace the guarantors. If I had guaranteed David and I want to exit the SACCO, for instance, or I just don't want to guarantee him anymore, I can tell David to get another guarantor to guarantee his borrowing with that SACCO, but the SACCO will have to accept. So David will go look for Esther and request Esther to guarantee his borrowing, and then I will do a letter to the SACCO and tell the SACCO I have stopped guarantee. I would like to, or David will do a letter to the SACCO and tell the SACCO I would like to replace Belling as my guarantor with Esther. So Esther will now be onboarded in David's debt as the guarantor, and now my guaranteeship will have been withdrawn. I'll stop being David's guarantor. Okay? What are your rights as a guarantor? You have a right to information. The SACCO needs to communicate to you. In the unlikely event that David defaults, the person you guarantee defaults in payment, you need to be notified. You have a right of reimbursement. If you had made payment on behalf of David and later David makes payments, the SACCO can refund you whatever payment you had made on behalf of David. You also have a right to demand for payment from David. If you had made payments, or if you're aware that David is defaulting in his loan, which you have guaranteed, you have a right to demand for payment from David. Tell David, hey David, pay up your debt. Okay? Because you know, at the back of your mind, you know that if David fails to make that payment, the SACCO or the lender, I'm using SACCO because more often than not, we normally guarantee SACCO borrowings. That's the one that mostly that we mostly do, yeah, or we are mostly familiar with. So if you have a right to demand for payment from David, tell David, can you please pay your loan? Okay? You have a right to disclose information to the lender, which will assist the lender in collecting whatever amount is due to it from David. If you haven't subscribed, you might miss out on the next videos that I'll be uploading. Please press the subscribe button before you forget again. I know you forgot. Kindly press the subscribe button. And so, like I have said, do not ever sign a guarantee document, one, for an amount you're not willing to guarantee, or for an amount you will not be comfortable paying on behalf of someone. By the way, if it's a SACCO guarantee, the SACCO can liquidate your shares to offset that debt which has not been paid, the one that you guaranteed. Also, do not sign a guarantee document for someone you would not want to make payment on behalf of. Do not sign a guarantee for someone whose credibility or creditworthiness you do not know. By the way, you can also be listed in CRB as a guarantor, not as a borrower. If you guarantee my debt and I default, and that debt remains in default, your name will be sent to CRB as my guarantor. And that's not a good credit rating. So it's very important to understand the concept behind guarantees. I know most people will just sign that guarantee document. At the back of your mind, you're telling yourself, because even me, when I'll be needing to borrow from the SACCO, he will sign for me. But you don't know this person's credibility. You don't know this person's credibility. It's like you taking money to giving that. In fact, if you're reporting this in your books of accounts, guarantees are contingent liabilities, because the moment David defaults in payments, then you owe the SACCO that money. That liability crystallizes, and you then become liable for paying that money on behalf of the principal debtor. In the case of these mobile lenders, yeah, the ones where you wake up in the morning and you find you are sent a message that you guaranteed ABCD. You had guaranteed ABCD. Tell the person to pay up the loan or pay up the loan. No. When you guarantee someone, you must sign a document for you to guarantee. If those guys write to you, or if you receive a message that you guaranteed someone and there's no document that you signed as somebody else's guarantor, ignore that message. It is as useless as useless as the word useless itself. For as long as you did not sign on a piece of paper that you want to guarantee a borrowing, you have not guaranteed. Okay? I know there have been a lot of harassment by these mobile lenders, online lenders or mobile lenders, where they just get somebody's contacts and sends messages to everyone in your contacts list that they guaranteed you. No, that's not a guarantee. You'll have to have signed a document somewhere that you're guaranteed somebody else. Kindly don't forget to subscribe to this channel and be on the lookout for more videos. I'll try to post a new video every Friday. In that, like, if I'm able to, I'll post another one on Wednesday, but I'll target to post a video every Friday, because I know that it's very useful and the information that I'm uploading is going to be very, very helpful to you. My name is Bellin. Thank you for being with me. Till next time. Bye.